Welcome to September. It's finally getting closer to fall. I'm very excited. Things are hopefully cooling down where you are, not so much here. But I wanted to talk with you guys and bring you your monthly Shadowscope. Now, shadow work is a really important part of being a spiritual person because we need to have a good connection with ourselves, right? We need to be really self-aware. It's important for us to be doing our self-growth work, and sometimes that can be really difficult. So by diving into a different area every month, it helps give you guys some direction, some things that you can be looking into, some questions you can be asking yourself as you move throughout your day, right? So the thing that we want to look at this month, the energy that's coming up for September, is coming from our Osho Zen Tarot deck, and it is Rebirth. Hopefully I can get this up here. The glare is always a little bit tricky on these things. So basically the rebirth energy that we are talking about this month relates to the evolution of your consciousness, right? And what are you conscious of, and how is that evolving for you over time? And what sort of things are coming out of you becoming more conscious and self-aware of yourself and the world around you? So the first thing that we're being asked to look into in this area is the information, the energies, the messaging that are being reflected to us, right? About who we are, about how we should be living our lives, about what's acceptable and what's unacceptable, and kind of everything in between. Things that are being reflected to us also, I'm downloading right now, like socially. So that means like it can be things even not necessarily just on social media, but in our friendships, our relationships, our working environments, just basically everything that's around us. What sort of messaging is being shown to us, and how are we interpreting that and receiving that and applying that into our lives? The rebirth energy here comes in. It's kind of what we're being conditioned to believe or to accept, or to, the rules and regulations with which we live by, versus what do we really want, right? Like, what is it that we really want out of our life? And is that matching the conditioning that we've been told? So this month, I think it's really important to take a look at what you believe and why, where all these messages are coming from, and do we resonate with that energy or not? And why or why not, right? A lot of this too can come back to knowing ourselves well through the value system that we have. So our values will tell us what's important to us. They'll tell us and show us the right places to make choices in our lives that are in alignment with who we are and what we need. And sometimes too, it also does show us what we want if we look at it from the perspective of making our values more of our rules and regulations versus the conditioning of what other people are showing us. I think it's really difficult to sit down and be really vulnerable and open with who you are and what you want, especially when with what you want doesn't match other people's expectations. That is really hard to go against the grain, but it also goes along with our intuition and trusting ourselves and knowing what we want and what's best for us, and not listening really to what anyone else says, because a lot of times too, that conditioning is put onto us for a certain reason, right? And we are not a one-size-fits-all t-shirt. I don't know if you guys have tried one of these things on, but they are lumpy and unshapen, and it doesn't work for everybody. So asking everybody to operate under the same realm of the same conditioning, it's not going to work for everybody. It's going to work for some people, and that's going to be great for them, but it's going to be bad for you if that's not what works. So this month is really about examining yourself a little bit more intuitively and with more introspection. They're also telling me, my guides are also telling me that you really need to do this with a lot of kindness and grace, because I think sometimes we can be really hard on ourselves for what we want when it goes against the grain, or just allowing ourselves to have dreams and want things that are important, because so many places in life, at so many turns, we've been told that that's not acceptable or that's not okay. So this month is really about, finding your place and where you want to be, and letting go of everything else down here, the conditioning, and transforming and birthing yourself into a new version of who you are, right? So if you want to do that, I think the most important part is, one, really understanding where everything's coming from and why you're doing that. Then you need to know what you want. And then the third step of that is really taking action, committed action and making a small change every day that will get you towards that goal. Sometimes we can't just flip the switch overnight and be reborn into the new version of ourselves exactly how we want to be. But by making small moves every day, we start becoming. And in that process of becoming is how we arrive. So make sure that you pay attention to those energies and focus on that this month. So hope that was helpful. I hope that helps you look into some areas that need a little bit of attention. And I hope that you guys have a really great month and an absolutely beautiful day. I appreciate you so much for being on here and for your support and for your love and for your kindness. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a really great day.